Hey everybody, NavyDoc5184 here, and welcome to another music reaction. And today we are reacting to Angelina Jordan's new single, "Love Don't Let Me Go." So as soon as I saw on Facebook that she was dropping a new song, I was very excited to hear what it was. I had wanted to get this reaction done last week, prior, like right when she did it. Unfortunately, with things that just came up, it just was not possible, but it is here now. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what she has in store. Prior to getting started, though, I do want to kind of point out the thing that I really like about her. I guess you could say release schedule is how she doesn't release songs like so close together. It's like you got a nice span in between, and I think that's such a brilliant thing because I think it's and maybe it's just me, but it feels like she's doing that very strategically to make sure that um, that this doesn't really just, I guess you could say, consume her. Like she still lets herself have time to do what it is that normal teens probably should be doing, and she's not completely immersing herself in this world yet. I would imagine maybe once she gets out of high school, or and maybe if she wants to further her education, anything like that, once she gets done with that, I could see her probably having a more regular release. But the fact that she has them so spread out, I think it's such a awesome thing for her to do, because it just allows her to make sure that she just doesn't get overwhelmed with this. Because I tell you what, she signs with a bigger label, she's gonna be huge. But you know, she's got a great support system, and definitely got a great head on her shoulders to make sure she doesn't go too crazy right off the bat. Very smart in my opinion. But enough of that. We're gonna go ahead and get into the song. I'll leave a link to the original video in the description below, and let's go ahead and get started. A little jelly, a little jelly. Aw. Her and her grandma. I kind of like what they're doing with this video, like the old 8mm. That is so cool. Definitely fits her style. Ooh, okay. I like this.
Closer to me, but it's just like trying to catch smoke.
Yo, I have to say, I really like the style that she's doing with this song. And honestly, the first two artists that come to mind when I'm hearing this is almost like, as weird as this may sound, is almost like a mix of like Adele and Ed Sheeran. Why I get an Ed Sheeran vibe, I don't know. I haven't heard too much of his stuff, so I really don't know why I'm getting like an Ed Sheeran vibe from this. But it's a very interesting mix. I'm getting that. It's like the musical style almost has like that mix for them. And I'm not gonna say the vocals kind of give me an Adele vibe, because Adele feels like more R&B and soulful, whereas with Angelina, I'm still getting the jazz vibe with her vocals. But I think it's just with the mix of like the musical arrangement, it's not so much like a jazzy feel. It's like there, like this, I feel more R&B than jazz. Like the vocals are kind of jazz, but I get more of an R&B feel with this, which is another thing that impresses me so much with her. Is even though I feel jazz is her strong suit, I haven't seen too many things she's tried that have been weak. So even though I wouldn't say R&B is her strong suit, it's definitely not a weak suit. I mean, she can pull it off just as well as some of the best of them, and she's showing it right here. This is, so far, it's been amazing.
Love, I really wish you had a face. Maybe I could beg for
Ooh.
you to stay. I'm on the floor, I'm begging
That was hot. That was
I could
fire right there.
make it be for me. If you had a soul, I know where my home would be.
Yo, I have to say that chorus, the way she did that and had that arranged, that was, I don't know what it is about it that I enjoyed so much. I think it was because if anything you know about me, I love a song where it kind of like has a build up to the chorus, and then it's like the chorus is like you get, that's where you get all the energy and everything, and then when it's over, it kind of goes like back down, and you kind of just reset. That's kind of like the feeling I get with that, and it's just so well done, and again, just so impressive for her to pull that off at such a young age. It's just, oh man, I just, there's a part of me that really wishes that she would just let herself get out there and just blow up at the same time. Why is that she doesn't? More on that later.
It's not about feeling lonely, but man, I just can't forget. And though you're not here beside me, I still
I
see
love
you
the fact that she is
stay.
including her grandma
I'm
in this.
trying to pull you close, closer to me, but it's just like trying to catch smoke.
Here we go.
Love, I really wish you had a face. Maybe I could beg for you to stay. I'm on the floor, I'm begging, oh, love, don't let me go. If only I could look you in the eye, there wouldn't be no place for you to hide. I'm on the floor, I'm begging, oh, love, don't let me go.
Oh, that's a nice little touch. Oh,
I'm on the
oh,
floor, I'm begging, oh, love, don't let me go.
that wasn't right. You got to a nice part where I was just about to say, I was like, I really like what they did there with that guitar, and then all of a sudden the end screens pop up. That's like, no, it can't be almost over. That's not right. But it was still good. It was still good. I really enjoyed it. Um, I know I was like, it's just, it was so cool that she included her grandma in this. We know, just how much of an influence, her grandma had in her life in general, not just her music, but just in her life in general. So it's always cool to see her involved in that. And then what I was saying earlier about how there's like a part of me that wishes that she would just let herself blow up because of how good she is, and it's like, I feel like that's kind of like the fan in me wishing that. But then, I think of myself, it's like also as a father, because she's like the same age as my stepson and my son, and I have a daughter as well, and I'm like, even if they're insanely talented and had themselves out there and people knew who they were, people would probably want them to sign on and do that. I would, as a father, would probably be like, you only get one shot, at your teen years. Once they're gone, they're gone. So take this time and enjoy them. And then when you're out of school, and you got yourself, set up, I guess you could say with a plan B, you know, then go ahead and pursue this, because if you got the talent and you keep working on your craft, it's not going to go away, and you're going to have a following anyways. Like the following that she has is not going anywhere, so she can afford to wait. I can understand why some people, especially in this business, would want to hop on that train right away, because it's very rare where you get people that longevity. There's only a few people you can say have lasted more than even a decade. I mean, people talk about how, like, let's use the Beatles for example. Even though Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, still have very successful careers, the Beatles as a group only lasted what, 7 years? Because I think their first album they released in 61, and they broke up in 70. Okay, so like 9 years roughly, even though they've been performing for a while. But when you think about how big they got, I mean, they didn't even get big in America until late 63. after JFK was assassinated. So if you just look at America, that's 6 years, or 7 years. Well, no, I'd say six because it was very late 63. So technically, say 64. So you're talking like only 6 years. And that's not a very long time. So, you know, to sacrifice so much so early for really what could be maybe not even 1/10 of your life, really in the end may not be worth it. So I love the fact that even though she is keeping herself out there and she is releasing stuff slowly and slowly, I think it's actually brilliant because if she does get big, sign real big, and start touring, she's already got such a nice little vast catalog that she doesn't have to worry about getting stale or anything. Whereas people just hop on so quick, like first album, get big, tour, and then it's like you're touring this. It's like you got the same stuff. It's like, what are you doing that's different? So I like the fact that she's already kind of like building up a catalog for this, and I really think the biggest reason is this. I mean, A, she's got a great support system with her family, but I think it is also just to make sure that she just has the time to, just to be a teen, not worry have to be about being a superstar or anything like that. Just take the time, be a teen, enjoy the teen years, and when the time comes, then do your thing. So, and that's all like the father in me thinking that, but as a fan, I'm just like, dude, go for it. But I really appreciate the route she has taken. I think it's a very wise route, and I wish more people would do that. But at the same time, this is a very ugly business, and I can understand why people would really, if they have a chance to hop on the train and get that, I understand why they do it, because not very many opportunities come, people's way. So sometimes you have to take that opportunity. But I love the route that her and her family are taking. I think it's very wise. But outside of that, the song was fantastic. Probably instantly jumped up to probably a top three, maybe even top two. I think right now, Shield is probably still my favorite song for her. Though this could actually very strongly contend because I love the way the music was arranged, the way she did the vocals and everything. It is something I just can't really just quite put my finger on what I enjoyed about it. I think it's because like I didn't get such a jazzy feel with it. It's like I like jazz music, but well, actually, I would say I like jazz more than R&B. Cause I'm not such a big fan of modern R&B per se. Though there is some I do kind of like appreciate, like it's like like it'll sound good and everything. I'm just not a big fan of like modern R&B. So like when I hear her kind of branch out to that, but kind of like throw in like a little sprinkle of jazz, there's just something about that mix that I really enjoy. And I think that's what it is about this song that I like so much and why it could easily hop up to my favorite. And I think that's why I like The Shield so much because it's pretty much the same thing, because I got more of like a jazzy R&B, you know. Maybe you can call it R and jazz, but so R and J rather than R&B. But either which way, fantastic song. Really enjoyed it. Probably a bummer that's gonna be probably a good 3 or so months before we get another new one. But I love the idea of her spreading it out and just not oversaturating herself with it. Wise move. So um, I think I'll go ahead and end it there. Really enjoyed the song. Definitely looking forward to doing more Angelina Jordan reactions. Lord knows I still have plenty of her stuff to react to, and definitely can't wait for her to bring out some more stuff. So, thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch y'all down the road.